Y'all can't see that.
You'll see that.
I don't think so. Wait, let me do this. We might. Oh, okay, there it is. That right there. That is the face of Dr. William Carter III, currently leading ministry at, what's his church's name? Now I feel like a bum for not knowing his church's name off the top. But he is a former interfaith leader and interfaith director. And he currently, oh man, I can't find this page. Wait, actually, wait, I got it. I'm not lacking. You're lacking. What? Actually, let me just read this real quick. This is from his website. Well, from his Finding Hope podcast website, which is his podcast that he does with a rabbi, which is pretty cool. So it's an interfaith podcast. But Reverend Dr. William D. Carter III is a pastor, educator, and nationally sought-after leadership coach, serving as senior pastor of Franklin St. John's United Methodist Church in Newark, New Jersey. So his church is in Newark, which is where I'm from, which is like, what? And so that was like a cool way I had with him. A cool in I had with him. He holds degrees from Eastern University, Princeton Theological Seminary, and the University of Pennsylvania, where he earned his Doctor of Education with research focused on belonging and storytelling among Black male Fortune 500 executives. With global ministry experience that includes serving alongside Archbishop Desmond Tutu in Cape Town and leadership work connected to the United Nations, Dr. Carter brings a distinctive voice at the intersection of faith, culture, and leadership, blending theological depth, executive insight, and creative expression. He is passionate about helping individuals and organizations lead with purpose, courage, and hope. So that was good. So yeah, Franklin St. John's United Methodist Church. And so he is one of the levers that I connected with on LinkedIn. Like, for my LinkedIn hunts, I have like this massive spreadsheet of like people that I'm basically hunting and the kinds of people. What is this? I don't know what this means. Condensing your opening page to a few sentences. God damn it, bro. That's so funny, bro. I can do that. Let me see. Hits. I haven't used this bitch in a minute, but this is basically like the spreadsheet. Oh, you can't see that. Beep. Alright, you can kind of see that. But that's kind of like the idea, right? Oh, shit. Not my dusty ass screen. Anyways. We connected maybe like 2 weeks ago or something on LinkedIn. And then like out of nowhere a few days ago on like Thursday or Friday, he'd like DM me and was like, hey, thanks for the invitation. I'm excited to connect, or I'm looking forward to connecting. And I was like, what invitation? I was like mad lost. So I was like, oh yeah, thanks. Like I'm like, no problem. Like I'm excited to connect too. By the way, or I said like, quick question though, like what invitation did you need? And he's like, oh, well, like the LinkedIn invitation to like connect, to request, right? The request to connect. And I was like, oh yeah, of course, whatever. And so he kind of asked me about like what work I do, and I was like, So I kind of told him about like my metaphysics in terms of like the polymath translator and the interior translator. And he was like, oh, that's interesting. Like we should like hop on a call on Monday. And so we just hopped on that call. It was supposed to be from 4 to 4:30, and we ended up going until 5. It was fucking sick. And then at the end, he'd hit me up, or he was like asking me about like, because he is like in New Jersey, obviously. And he was kind of like asking me about like how I could like get there, and like how, basically like it seemed like he was trying to make moves, right? And I'm like, yo, well, I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? And like my grandparents live there, and you know, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, I'm looking for like an opportunity. Like I'm open to work. And he was like, oh, okay, awesome. Like send me your resume. And I was like, yo, we out here. And so like I kind of like wrote this professional review. I don't feel like reading it, but I wrote this professional summary. Actually, you know, I can read it here. I'll read it real quick. And then he said, he just responded, hit back to me, emailing me, and being like, consider condensing this into a few sentences. And I was like, pain. I hate when my polymathy has to be compressed. Depression. That's okay. Let me read this though. All right, the polymath summary. I'm a polymath. And when I say that, I don't mean a casual hobbyist who likes to call themselves a polymath because it feels like a cool flex. I mean a feral polymath hunter who uses the word polymath because it's the only word accurate enough to functionally describe his identity. Personally, I'm more akin to describing myself as polymathia pora. Polymathy in motion. Think of me like a digital Renaissance Da Vinci. I hold multiple domains simultaneously and move fluidly between them. Metaphysics, system architecture, philosophy, theology, psychology, language, intimate dynamics, institutional design, creative production, research, and AI. When a problem lands in front of me, I don't see it through one lens. I can't. I always see it through all of them, which means I can find where it actually lives, and I can go there. This capacity didn't come from a classroom. It certainly isn't something you can learn with a degree. It came from lived contact with reality. Obsessive autodidactic practice, thousands of hours learning, contemplating, building, breaking, rebuilding, and failing. Over and over and over again, following every thread until it either held weight or collapsed under the pressure. I don't stop at the symptom. I can't. I go upstream, and I walk, and I walk, and I walk. Until I find the root. Then I correct it there. I've never been one for painkillers and band-aids. I want the antibiotics that kill the sickness at the root. And that's exactly how I approach problem solving. What that means practically: point me somewhere and say shoot, I hit the target. Pull me into a problem, I'll solve it. Point me at blueprints, I'll build. Point me at a question, I'll answer it. And if I can't answer it, I'll help you find the question that gets you there. My mind can't not problem solve. My hands can't not build. So I see, and I translate from that vision, and I build from that translation. I translate what is abstract, unknown, or unarticulated into what is articulate, structural, and embodied. I move fast, I work clean, and I don't need my hand held through complexity. In fact, complexity under pressure is where I come alive. I'm 22. I'm committed to relocating to New York City to learn, live, build, and connect. I'm looking for someone with deep mastery in their craft that I trust and respect to wield me as their back pocket Swiss Army knife. I'm excited for the opportunity. Let's make it happen. So, that's what we got. Unfortunately, that was too long. So I'm gonna have to condense it or whatever. I'll do that sometime. But no, I'm just excited, bro. I'm just so excited because I just had my first convo with a real lever, which was fucking awesome. And it was just awesome. We just like talked about ourselves and about life and about like God and mission. It's fucking sick. Right? It was like literally like 99.99% just like talking and like people and like being human beings in alignment. And then like the very like last 2 minutes was like, oh yeah, I'm like open for an opportunity. I'm open for work. And oh yeah, send me your resume. Feel me? Like, it's like, yo, I think I'm gonna like it here. Oh man, I didn't do the timestamp. It is June 23rd. June 23rd. What the fuck? It is March 23rd, 6:19 p.m. currently. It was about 6:09 p.m. when I started recording this. My name is Jaden Camacho White. I'm an American polymath. This has been Renovātiōnem Digitālem Aedificāns, episode 3. Sincronitas Su pressura.